Hello, gentlemen, barbarians, savages, Rooster here. I know you guys are eagerly awaiting the brown belt, black belt, but I had to just take 5 minutes today to talk about this. The Brad and Angelina divorce, man. I'm surprised there's not a lot of this on the MGTOW channels. I was looking at it earlier today, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do a video on it because it is such a great teaching moment, teaching point for all of you MGTOWs out there. Okay, let's look at this situation. Okay, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is an icon. He is the 10. Okay, he is the ultimate 10 as far as men go. Okay, if there's a pyramid out there, okay, Brad Pitt is at the top of that pyramid, and you are somewhere else down there. Okay, he's rich beyond belief. He's famous beyond belief. You can go to any country. You can go to Japan and go, Brad Pitt. Oh, yeah, yeah, Brad Pitt, yeah, yeah. You know, France, England, Spain, Germany, anywhere in Europe, Middle East, Asia, anywhere in the United States, Canada, Mexico. Everybody knows Brad Pitt. The guy is famous, okay? And, of course, he's good looking. He's a 10, 10, 10. The guy is a freaking 10. All right? This is not my opinion. This is empirical evidence. All right? So, if someone like that can get divorced, that can happen to you, man. How easily can it happen to you? If someone like that can get divorced, how easily can it happen to you? This is a classic case that shows all the three categories of female nature: hypergamy, Refalt's law, and solipsism. And I'm going to go through them really fast because I want to make this video really quick. Okay? They got 6 kids. And I talked about it in my marriage and child support video before. You got to know her number. What was her number? Her number was 6. They were together for 10 years. She played the game with him over those years and got him to adopt those kids, right? But as of right now, when this divorce took place, and I hope you guys remember the chart that I showed you from Know Her Number, you got to know what her number is, because once she gets to her number, you are gone. She monkey branches. She uses the ejector seat, as Howard Dare says. You are freaking gone, okay? She doesn't freaking need you anymore, all right? And it usually happens when the youngest child reaches 6 years, right? Well, his last adoption, she convinced him to adopt these kids over a 12-year period. The last adoption was 2008, okay? 8 years ago. Now, they got married 2 years ago. Why? She needed the lockdown. She had all the kids on lockdown because she convinced him to adopt those kids. If he would have not been married and not adopted those kids and just paid out, but not adopted the kids, let her adopt the kids, because they weren't married, he had no reason to adopt those children, okay? He's going to have child support for those kids now because he adopted them. If he wouldn't have adopted them, he could have raised them, done whatever, done all the same stuff that he did with them up till now. But then when she decided to hit the ejector seat and use Brufalt's law, okay, he wouldn't have had to pay for it. All right. 2 years of marriage. Why did they get married? She needed that freaking lockdown. She needed to have him on lockdown. Now, let's talk about hypergamy. The hypergamy of this, right? They had a prenup, which is good. Guess what? She got together with the lawyers. The prenup is out the door. He did something that's very, very, very smart. Way smarter than anything that I ever did. And he had her sign a contract for arbitration. If there was ever any kind of disquiet or anything like that in the marriage, or any divorce talk or anything like that, he had her sign a paper for arbitration. And what, so they can bring a judge in, sit in the living room, talk it out with the judge, figure out what they're going to do. No. She threw it out. No contract. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count. I'm not going to do what I said I was going to do in the beginning because I don't have to. Because reasons. Because gynocentrism. Because I'm a woman. Okay? Total bullshit. That is hypergamy at its freaking best. I don't have to do it. I don't have to feel guilty about it. I don't have to feel any shame about it, right? But remember, she had to get that lockdown until she's going to monkey branch to another guy here. You watch it. But she had to get that marriage on lockdown so that she could get the money from him. She don't want him anymore, but she definitely wants the money moving forward. She's going to move on to another dude. Angelina Jolie is not going to stay single for very long, okay? Let's talk about the solipsism of it, okay? She did a surprise attack on him, no notice. He didn't know anything about it, and she filed, which goes right along with my thing that I was talking about in my marriage video. 80% of the time, women file. And 80% of the time, it's a surprise attack. The guy doesn't even know it's coming. Young men, 20, 25-year-old guys out there, listen to what I'm saying. This is a perfect observation. It's formulaic. It happens over and over and over, and it's the same freaking formula every single time. Look at the numbers. Educate yourself, okay? Now, this is the other side of it. There is no evidence whatsoever that Brad Pitt is anything but a good father and a good husband. Is there any evidence out there at all that he is a good, nothing but a good father and a good husband? There is no negative evidence out there. However, as of yesterday, he has had an affair with the woman who was the lead in the movie that he just finished, Allies or something like that. He has anger issues, and he uses drugs. He takes too much. He smokes too much weed and drinks too much. Okay, effectively the same thing I was telling you in my child support thing. They set up a straw man. The man is a negative, and they drag his name through the mud, and they make him guilty from the get-go. He has to prove himself that he didn't have an affair, that he doesn't have anger issues, and he's not a drug addict. Okay? And she filed for full custody. Oh well, we had a contract for arbitration with the kids where we were supposed to both jointly bring in a judge and determine what we're going to do. No, she wants full custody. And I can guarantee you, if he presses for custody, those anger issues are going to become abuse allegations. The drug thing is going to become he's an addict. And the affair thing, they're going to say that he's had him through the whole freaking time they were married and the whole time that they were together. Okay? This is gynocentrism, man. This is from top to bottom. Brifalt's law, hypergamy, solipsism. All on her part. Okay? Now, the one thing that I've never talked about in a video yet, that I'm going to make a video about sometime in the future, is the stepping stone theory. Women tend to jump off of a man like a tick when he is at his highest peak in his career. Okay? When did she file for this divorce? About 3 days after the premiere for his latest movie that I think he made $25 million on. So she made sure that she stayed married until that movie came out because she wants $12.5 million of that $25 million. She wasn't on that movie, but she damn sure wants the last little bit of that money before she jumps off. She wants to jump off at a peak point. Okay? And that's what she did. And you can see this classically in other women like Demi Moore. Demi Moore 20 years ago jumped off of Bruce Willis at what she thought was his peak point in his career. He had a comeback later after he got divorced, probably because he had to pay her so much money. But then she just monkey branched to the next newest younger guy, Ashton Kutcher, right? And then she tried to do it again a couple years ago and divorced him, but now, she's too old. She's, 55, almost 60. She hit the wall. She can't get another guy. So you watch Angelina Jolie is going to do the same freaking thing. You watch within 6 months to a year after this divorce is final and she has all the money and she's extracted all the resources that she can out of Brad Pitt. She's going to look for the next new young 27 to 32-year-old star in Hollywood, and you watch, Angelina Jolie is going to get married to that guy and do the same thing that Demi Moore did. Ride him for another 20 years and extract resources for her brood of 6 children. Okay? Like I said, I had to do a video on this because it's so freaking obvious, and I just can't say it enough, guys. If it can happen to fucking Brad Pitt, it can happen to you. That's all I have. As always, take it easy. Rooster out.